Welcome to the Pirls Stock Market Commentary video, your weekly window on stock market technical conditions featuring the proprietary bull-bear point and figure market breadth summary chart for October 8th, 2017. Market breadth. With this past week's market advance, our bull-bear point and figure ratio at 2.22 rose from 1.75 last week, advancing into very bullish territory. The total count of securities in bullish or bearish patterns increased 4% to 3,078. The count of bearish stocks decreased 11%, while the count of stocks in bullish patterns increased 13%. The Pirls PNF Market Breadth Summary Chart shows us a market now 6 weeks in bullish territory. Paid subscribers have access to the OpenOffice Calc data from which the chart is generated. You may become a paid subscriber by visiting s2pmarketsignal.com, clicking Membership, clicking Register, and following the prompts. To receive the Pirls Stock Market Commentary email on a weekly basis, free of charge, simply enter your name and email address in the spaces provided and click Subscribe. The well-known market breadth indicator, the Nasdaq McClellan Summation Index, rose 207 points for the 16th advance in 24 weeks. At a positive 698.64 points, it has now risen above the April 2016 and July 2016 highs and continues above all 4 remaining tops and above all 5 bottoms in the last 30 months. Volume analysis. In this week's volume analysis, the Nasdaq Composite Index ended in neither accumulation nor distribution mode, with average daily volume lower than the prior week. In the last 2 weeks, the Nasdaq had 4 accumulation days and 1 distribution day. Accumulation days are counted when the index closes up on higher volume than the prior market day, while distribution days occur when the index closes down on volume higher than the prior market day. Last week, the Nasdaq ended in accumulation mode on higher average daily volume. Momentum. The CCI 20 daily in a Woody's uptrend is now at 186.94, up from 142.38 last week. At Tuesday, 9/26 close, the CCI 20 daily was within the plus or minus 50 range for a zero-line reject long entry signal at Wednesday's close and Thursday's open. We will follow the results of this trade simulation in next week's commentary. In Woody's CCI trading system, 6 consecutive bars above or below 0 are required for a change of trend. The weekly CCI 20 of the Nasdaq Composite Index began a Woody's uptrend 75 weeks ago, while the daily CCI 20 began a Woody's uptrend 4 weeks ago. The CCI 20 weekly has risen to 174.25 from 119.54 from last week after forming a zero-line reject long entry signal for Tuesday 9/5 open. Our rule is to stay in the trade until the CCI 20 drops below plus 100. We will continue to follow the results of this trade simulation in next week's commentary. Industry rotation, the last 2 weeks. All of the top 5 industries are positive, and 4 of the bottom 5 are negative. Summary: KBW Bank, brokers, and some tech on top. Gold and silver, oil, and oil services on the bottom. Bullish KBW Bank, brokers, and disk drives continue in the top 5. Semis and Comp Tech have entered the top 5. Gold and silver continues in the bottom 5. REITs has left the bottom 5. Bearish? None. Focus this week from dailyreckoning.com. The Only Russia Story That Matters by Jim Rickards. The following are some key points. The World Gold Council has reported that the Central Bank of Russia has more than doubled the pace of its gold purchases, bringing its reserves to the highest level since Putin took power 17 years ago. Russia's desire to break away from the hegemony of the U.S. dollar and the dollar payment system is well known. Over 60% of global reserves and 80% of global payments are in dollars. The U.S. is the only country with veto power at the International Monetary Fund, the global lender of last resort. Perhaps Russia's most aggressive weapon in its war on dollars is gold. The first line of defense is to acquire physical gold, which cannot be frozen out of the international payment system or hacked. With gold, you can always pay another country just by putting the gold on an airplane and shipping it to the counterparty. This is the 21st century equivalent of how J.P. Morgan settled payments in gold by ship or railroad in the early 20th century. But Russia is pursuing other dollar alternatives besides gold. For one, it's been building non-dollar payment systems with regional trading partners and China. The U.S. uses its influence at SWIFT, the central nervous system of global money transfer message traffic, to cut off nations it considers to be threats. From a financial perspective, this is like cutting off oxygen to a patient in the intensive care unit. Russia understands its vulnerability to U.S. domination and wants to reduce that vulnerability. Now Russia has created an alternative to SWIFT. The head of Russia's central bank, Elvira Nabiullina, has reported to Vladimir Putin that, quote, "There was the threat of being shut out of SWIFT. We updated our transaction system, and if anything happens, all SWIFT format operations will continue to work. We created an analogous system," end quote. Russia is also part of a reported Chinese plan to install a new international monetary order that excludes U.S. dollars. Under that plan, China could buy Russian oil with yuan, and Russia could then exchange that yuan for gold on the Shanghai Exchange. Now it appears Russia has another weapon in its anti-dollar arsenal. Russia's development bank, VEB, and several Russian state ministries are reportedly teaming up to develop blockchain technology. They want to create a fully encrypted, distributed, inexpensive payment system that does not rely on Western banks, SWIFT, or the U.S. to move money around. This has nothing to do with Bitcoin, which is just another digital token. The blockchain technology, now often referred to as distributed ledger technology or DLT, is a platform that can facilitate a wide variety of transfers, possibly including a new Russian state cryptocurrency backed by gold. Putin coins, anyone? The ultimate loser here will be the dollar. That's one more reason for investors to allocate part of their portfolios to assets such as gold. Thank you for watching this week's Sand to Pearls Stock Market Commentary video featuring the proprietary Bull-Bear Point and Figure Market Breadth Summary Chart compiled by Donald Pearl, www.s2pmarketsignal.com. Hoping that you have been enjoying a peaceful and pleasant weekend, that you are looking forward to a prosperous and productive week coming up, and wishing you true success.